Okay. Is this on? Wow. Thank you. When Alex and Lauren asked the parents to make a little toast, when they asked us to make a toast, the parents, I thought I should be funny. God, Alex is my son. I have so much material. I got so much material. Yeah. But then I look at those two, and all I can do is smile, because we all have watched this unfold, this love affair unfold before our eyes. So I will get back to you in a minute. However, you all have been talking about Alex's great speech making ability, and I just want to tell you when it started, the genesis. Okay. And this is not funny, so. Alex was 8 years old. His grandpa, Hi, died, Lars's dad. And Grandma Gert and Grandma Hi used to pick Alex up after school at Beth Israel Day School, and they never drove. So they had to take 3 buses to pick him up and 3 buses to take him home. And because of the bus schedule, they would get there early. So all the kids in Beth Israel knew Papa and Grandma, who would sit there waiting for Alex to take the bus home. And just an aside, that's how Alex got the name Cool Breeze, because a San Diego bus driver would see him every day. And one day he said, "You're Cool Breeze," to me. Anyway, when Hi died, when his grandpa died, the principal of the school said, "Could we have a memorial service for Hi at the assembly?" Because all the kids knew him. We immediately said yes, of course, it would be our honor. And Alex came to us. He was 8 years old, and he said, "Could I speak at the assembly?" Okay, sure. And it was only the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th grade. It wasn't the kindergarten, 1st, and 2nd. Anyway, Alex busily wrote a speech, and that morning when we were going to the assembly, he put it in his pocket. I made sure he put it in his pocket. And then he got up there, and he forgot to take the speech out of his pocket. And he spoke to all these kids. He's 8 years old. And there wasn't a dry eye in the audience. And at that point, I said, "He has a gift. He has a gift, and I can't believe this." True. And now back to you, too. Lauren, I love you so much. You're the daughter I've never had, and you have made my son happier than I have ever seen him in his life. In one of Alex's heartwarming, heart-wrenching posts on social media, as we all are aware, he said something to the effect, "I never thought I could commit to one person for one lifetime. And now that I met the person, one lifetime isn't long enough." Okay. You know, what do we do with that? I'm going to make a toast to them, but I have to make a toast to you. Lars and I and Lynn and Mark, we are overwhelmed by the love we have felt this week. I, it's palatable, it's in the air. And I toast you for coming here, making the effort, clearing your schedule, because I have never seen a group of people like this in my life. And so to you too, may you be as happy as you are today, but don't worry, when life gets in the way sometimes, we all have your back. I love you.
How do you follow that? My hat's off to you, babe. You are magnificent. It really is. A hand for Barbie. Yeah. Yeah. And I used to be the funny one. I don't get it. We've heard the amazing adventures of Alex Abilene. Time and time again. But it's fantastic. It's just really amazing. And we've heard about his speech-making abilities, which is incredible. The magnificent courtship that went on for ever. But it was all great. It was all wonderful, and it's all come to a great fruition. Here's some things about my son before I get to Lauren. He's an amazing character, as we all know. Has anybody ever gone out with Alex and said, hey, let's go out, and next thing you know, there's an entourage of people. It just comes out of nowhere. And there's really not much left to be said. You know, the magnificent courtship, the speech-making abilities. But I got a few things, thank God. I actually started to learn from my son and respect him and be so proud of him when he was a baby. Like at that first time, he couldn't even talk. If there was a cartoon version of Alex's birth on the comic network or something, it would probably be the doctor slapped him and he didn't cry. He promptly thanked the doc. Hey, doc. Thank you, nurse. Thank you, staff. And Mom, thank you very much. That's just the way he was. And still is. All right, let's get serious for a second. Yeah, right. Anyhow, Alex has great honesty, integrity, loyalty. That's just amazing. And I started to learn from him. As a 12-year-old kid, he had two things in his life that just were any 12-year-old kid would cut off his right arm for. One was a championship basketball game, remember? Where he had worked all season. He was great. And we had the last game for the championship. And I'm saying to him, okay, let's go to the game. He goes, no, where is Brian Lubin? He says, it's Brian Lubin's bar mitzvah. We can't go to the game. And I said, remember? And I said, holy mackerel. This kid's wiser than me. He has better judgment than me. And then another time, you remember this one, I used to work for Pepsi. I knew Tony Gwynn pretty well. He had a one-on-one batting championship with Tony Gwynn, who you may not know, was one of the greatest hitters of all time. Yeah. Alex had a soccer game. And he said, you know, I got to skip this because I got a soccer game and they need me. And once again, I go, what the hell is kids? This kid's a lot smarter than I am. He's 12 years old. And I was pretty smart. But he was wiser than me. He had a wisdom beyond his years. And he's just the amazing kind of guy who grew up today that I love so much. And I'm so proud of him. I'm proud of everything he's done. Sometimes I wonder what the hell he's doing. He must have the kawaii magic in his blood because it always works out. I don't know how. But I love him, and I'm proud of him, and I can't say enough. Now, Lauren. What do you think of getting off scot-free?